I want to talk to you today about the 80-20 principle, which can also be revised to the 90-10 principle. I am Dr. Sylvester Odanga. Welcome. The 80-20 principle was discovered by an Italian called Pareto, and therefore it is called the Pareto Principle. It simply says that 20% of the input is usually responsible for 80% of the outcome. And so if you could localize it, we could say 20% of the people can eat 80% of the ugali. But in a more serious sense, only 20% of the people listening to the self-development videos that sometimes I put up here will put into use the things that I say. As a teacher, as a preacher, as somebody who educates people, you must realize that. As a person who tells people to do, you must realize that only 20% of what you say is taken in, and that it is only 20% of the people who can take most of what you have shared. And sometimes it is not even 20%, sometimes it is even lower than that. Sometimes it is 10% who put into practice the things that you say. If you are a preacher, if you are a pastor, if you are an educator, people who are engaged in informing people and generally trying to tell people how to improve their lives and how to live better lives, take this into consideration. The 20-80 or the 80-20 rule applies, which can also be the 90-10 rule. But only 10%, sometimes even lower, will take in what you are teaching them and what they are learning. Accept it. Move with the 10%. Don't worry. And when it comes to sharpening, sharpen that 10%. Sharpen that 20%. Don't let the 80% who are only giving 20% of the input take 80% of your time. Give 80% of your time to the 20% who are producing the 80% output. And give 90% of your time to the 10% who are giving the 90% output. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to this channel.